Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Alavés nil, Real Madrid 1. Real Madrid head into Christmas top of the La Liga table. Great. That's really what we needed. And I realized that I didn't actually make a prediction in the preview, so great. But it wouldn't have mattered because I'm not sure if I would have said 1-0 anyways, but yeah, I mean, it took 92 minutes to get the goal, and there are gonna be these sort of games, and how you react to these sort of games show your character and show whether you are deserved to be the champions. And I've seen many people come out and say Girona play better, and they do. Girona play better football. But at the end of the day, whoever wins La Liga in May, and I'm not saying Girona can't, but if Girona win it, then it's not all about their style of play. It's also about them getting over the line, because you can have a style of play, you can have the right players, you can have the right coach, you can have the right system, but if it doesn't click, it doesn't click. Not all players fit in systems. Not all systems work for clubs. It doesn't work that way. It's not always a love success story. So, you know, to give credit to Girona, yes, they're playing better football, but if they do end up winning it, fair play. But if Real Madrid end up winning it, then fair play as well, because it's about who gets over the line. And obviously, Girona went away to a tough place as we know it. Real Betis, obviously, they got a draw as we did as well, a 1-1 as well. So they have dropped 2 points. They have another draw. We have won. Back at the top. What that means is now 7 points clear for Real Madrid and Girona on Barcelona, and 10 points clear on Atletico Madrid. And remember, this time 2-3 months ago, we were losing and we lost to Atletico Madrid. So it doesn't matter if you lose one game and you don't want to be losing these sort of games, yes. But we have lost Atletico Madrid and they're still 10 points behind. That shows you how good and clinical Real Madrid have been, and how poor Atletico have been since that result. Because they were pretty much right behind us. They were right, chasing us. And they've really fallen off. But let's talk about this game. Alavés, Real Madrid, like I said, nearly 2 minutes to take something away. It looked like it was going to finish a 0-0. And that would have probably been a really, really poor result. Because if it was a 0-0, I'll be sat on here saying it's such a disappointing way to end. I've said it before. I don't care, especially in these games. If it's 1 or 2 odd games, it's fine. If we don't play well, we get a result, I'm totally fine. And that is what we did today. We didn't play well, really, if you look at the stats. Alavés had 1 shot less and 2 shots on target less. They really weren't far apart away from us, and we weren't even setting the bar high. 9 shots in 90 minutes, okay, but that wasn't impressive. And, we had more of the ball, more passes, more pass accuracy, because we had Kroos and Modric in the midfield. But overall, that wasn't a fun watch. And every Real Madrid fan will tell you that. But also, every Real Madrid fan will say, top of the league at Christmas, good that Girona dropped points, top of the table. Everything's good at the moment, because I would rather us win a game in a game where we may not be at 100% and work on our performance than Rayo Vallecano, for example, where we played so well. Personally, I thought we did play so well, but we just couldn't put it in the back of the net. And it takes a Lucas Vázquez header to change the outcome. And we weren't good, but miracles happened. And Lucas Vázquez scoring that header just proved that you don't have to be at your best to get the win. And I'd rather see the hard work and determination to go to the end and get something than us playing so well and not having the clinical finish, the finishing touch for 90 minutes. If we had drawn that game 0-0 playing really well, we would have dropped 2 points, and 2 points is more important than playing well at the moment. Obviously, you want to have both. You want to play well, you want to get the results. And that has been what Girona have been doing. But baby steps, players are out. Vinicius is out. Camavinga is out. Tchouaméni just came back. Militao, Alaba, Courtois out. Mendy out. Militao, Arda Carvajal, everyone's out, right? You can't really play well when you have 7 to 8 players out and you are playing basically the backup players. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Lucas Vázquez because he scored the winning goal. He's a great player, but he's not a right back, and that is literally what we know. Lucas Vázquez has never been a right back. He's been a winger, and then under Zidane he became a wing back, and now he's a full back, right? Nacho wouldn't start every game of the season if Alaba and Rudiger and Militao were fit. He'll be the 4th choice, but he has to start simply because we had no one. Brahim Diaz wouldn't start. It'll be Vinicius and Rodrigo. So there are still issues, there are still problems, but at least we got the win. Let's talk about Alavés because they played really well for 90. They deserved the point. Let's put it that way. But like I said, clinical and a good finish. Let's talk about the goal. Cruz, 91st minute, corner into the box, perfect delivery, and that delivery was so perfect. It went straight to Lucas Vázquez, who heads it in. Corners aren't always successful, but that kind of felt like it was destined, because for that ball to go in to Lucas Vázquez in an area that Lucas Vázquez was going to attack, and for Lucas Vázquez to get the header, get the space, get the time to get the header, it kind of feels like it's a match made in heaven, although it's not quite that, dramatic. But I'm all for it. I'm all for this. I want to talk about the red card. Nacho. Because I think he went in on, was it Omarodion? If I'm not wrong. Was it Omarodion? I think it was. Yeah, the striker. And that was a bad challenge because he went from behind the player and basically stepped on, not quite his calf, a bit below his calf, like behind his ankle, that area, and that hurts. Like, that would hurt. Like anyone, that would hurt. That is a red. That is a straight red. Like, I can agree with that. That is a straight red. And this recklessness from Nacho, by the way, because we have already seen him done that before. We've seen him, get a, you would say it's a stupid red card, and it's his second of the season. He got that against Girona. I think it was a pretty similar tackle in terms of poor against Porto against Girona. But second red card of the season means it's not a 1 game or 2 game suspension. It's a 3 game suspension now, isn't it? So great, Nacho is out for 3 games. What does that mean? We get to see more of Tchouaméni and Rudiger together now. That's great. That's not what we need. Like, Nacho as the leader, as the captain, he's a loyal player. He's a good player. He's a good captain, a true leader. He needs to know more at that situation, right? I don't think that would have stopped an attack. I don't think if that was a 1v1 and there is no defender and he's the last man and he goes in and slight tackles, I'm totally fine. But there was absolutely no need for Nacho to do that tackle at that moment of time. There was no need to. That was pure, he lost his head at that moment. He just didn't know what he was doing. He didn't think. And I think that is absolutely no need for that. And he's now got a 3 game suspension at a time where Alaba and Militao are out. And we have 2 centre backs. And now we have 1 centre back with a defensive midfielder next to him. That was absolutely not necessary. That was just not necessary. But Yeah, let's go to the starting 11. I think this is one of the first few that I got the full starting 11 correct. It wasn't hard to predict. Kepa in goal. Didn't have much to do. Clean sheet again for Kepa. Happy with him. The rotations of the keeper. Look, I like what I'm saying. You know, Lunin can play some. Kepa can play some. If they rotate every 1 or 2 games, I'm totally fine. You know, I don't want this to be Kepa playing the next 20 games in a row. You know, or Lunin playing the next 10 games in a row. Something like that. I don't want it to be that way. Lucas Vázquez, my man of the match, scored the winning goal. Was the best player in terms of getting the finishing touch. You can say that maybe you had better players. Rodrigo may be better. Valverde may be better. You know, Rudiger may be better in terms of the performance. But to get that winning goal in the 92nd minute, I think Lucas Vázquez is the man of the match for that. Rudiger, as always, you brick wall. Nacho, really unnecessary to go in with the tackle. Yep. Fran Garcia was alright. Valverde had a good chance in the 3 minutes, which was saved by the keeper. Cruz obviously got the assist for the corner. And Modric, you know, not, you know, obviously really involved. Bellingham picked up a yellow card, but obviously wasn't too involved. And the front two of Brahim Diaz and Rodrigo. Rodrigo was alright. Brahim was really quiet, I would say. You know, Jose Luca came on, Tchouaméni came on, and Dani Ceballos came on. Not much of an impact there, but totally fine with that. As Real Madrid go into the new year, go into Christmas, top of the table with a win in a game that was going to be difficult, but with a clinical goal that we scored in the 92nd minute and win. Yup. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the button if you did, subscribe to the channel if it's on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.